Freeman here, IrishSportsDaily.com. We're here with 2023 Notre Dame commit Keon Keeley. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you?
I'm good. I appreciate you coming on, man. I guess I just wanted to kind of let the Notre Dame fans know a little bit about you. I knew the moment that we talked that you were going to end up at Notre Dame, whether you knew that or not. But
Yeah.
your recruitment's kind of crazy and everything too. So I guess let's just kind of start with that. I mean, what's it kind of been like over the last year, just going through virtual recruiting and everything like that, trying to get to know coaches at Notre Dame and all these other schools?
Well, virtual recruiting was it was different. It was different than what past players on my school and just in the country were used to. So everything was really different. But I was thankful. I was blessed and really thankful for the opportunities I was given from a lot of the coaches who I contacted my head coach and giving me a chance to get to know them better. So I mean everything was different, but it was still great to be a part of the process. And I'm happy that every single coach came through and contacted my coach. So the recruiting process went pretty well, and I'm blessed to have all these opportunities. And especially when Notre Dame came, I was I was really happy about that, and just getting on campus was just probably a big priority for me to do that. So once I got up there, it was a really good visit.
Now, I know you went on a couple of visits before Notre Dame. I guess what were those kind of like for you? And I mean, what kind of bar did they set heading into that Notre Dame visit last month?
I visited two schools before I went to Notre Dame. I visited Florida and Florida State, and both visits were amazing. I loved the staff both places, both great schools, and I had a great time at both of the places. So both the visits went good, and I remember I headed up to Notre Dame after, and with expectations pretty high because I thought both those schools set the bar pretty high too. But when I went up there, it was extremely good. I really loved Notre Dame's campus and the family environment, and I feel like at Notre Dame, the thing that was kind of different at the moment was just I visited with less people, so I was mainly the focus of that weekend, which is amazing. So I got to see the coaches, people who when you're in a group you don't see that as much. So it just felt like a family environment. But both schools prior to the Notre Dame visit were really good, and I had a great time there. Both good programs, but I really loved Notre Dame's visit.
Now, speaking of that Notre Dame visit, obviously you were there for multiple days. I mean,
Yeah.
can you kind of explain to the Notre Dame fans, I guess, what you got to experience? And then, I mean, what were a couple of the highlights? Obviously, there must have been a few if you committed, but
Yeah.
what were, I guess, some of the main highlights for you?
On the Notre Dame visit, I mean, I was there for 3 days, so I mean, it felt like an official visit, and it was crazy. I was up there for a while. I remember the first day was it was awesome. I mean, I went there, I met with the coaches, I had a lot of meetings, and I got to go see the stadium and the photo shoot. Probably my favorite thing of that first day was probably I'm not gonna lie, it was probably the photo shoot. I really loved the photo shoot. The photo shoot was awesome, and going to the stadium, and I got to. I remember, it was the day of the camp. They were having a camp that day, and I got to see Coach Mike Elston, coach some of the campers, and I got to meet up with Jason Anye, and that was his first time on campus, I think, too, seeing the facilities and everything. So we were kind of in the same boat, and we were just talking while watching. So Coach Elston got to see me and my Jason Anye at the same time in a while, so it was really good to see the both of us. And probably another thing that stood out was the meetings. But Coach Chad Bowden, he did a great job. He did a great job really assisting me and my family or me and my mom throughout the day. So just everything that came together is probably just the way they treated me and the things I got to see. So I mean, a lot of things. And the fan base there. I remember I was eating and one of the fans screamed my name when I was like walking down the street, like when I was just trying to eat. So it was pretty cool.
Was that pretty wild for you being in South Bend, Indiana, being from Tampa, hearing your name called down the street?
Yeah, I had no clue. I was just in the go-kart and we were going down and I heard someone scream, "Yeah, Keon, come to Notre Dame." And then me and Coach Bowden just looked at each other. We are like, we are like, yeah, man. It was pretty cool.
Now, you mentioned Coach Bowden, Chad. What everybody, all the recruits talk about his personality and how he's funny and everything. I mean, can you
Yeah.
kind of explain his role in your recruitment?
Coach Bowden, I mean, he's a great guy. He's definitely a very down to earth guy, and at the end of the day, he's really chill. He keeps things straight with you, but he has a good sense of humor, and he's a really nice guy. And that played a big role. I really like the way he treated me and my mom, which is awesome. I feel like he's a guy I can talk to whenever, and he can talk to me whenever, and it could be like a 35-minute conversation. Doesn't really matter. So everything's pretty good. I mean, he's a great coach.
And then obviously a big part of why you chose Notre Dame was Mike Elston, your future defensive line
Yeah.
coach. I mean, what
Yes.
was kind of just your first impressions of him in person? And then, I mean, what were those meetings like with him over the course of the time you were on campus?
It was great. I remember the first time I saw him right when I got the van. He's like, "Hey," he's a very live personality, and he started saying, "Hey, there's my guy," and met up him right at the front door, and it was really good. Give me a hug, dap me up. It was really good. He's a nice guy. He's a super nice guy, and I remember he showed me a lot of the facilities, and I remember there's a big part of it was also I got to see him coach, and because I know a lot of coaches can be nice to be from, but I saw him coach at the camp, and even with players that he doesn't, that's the first time meeting, when it comes to football, he's down straight to it. He'll tell you straight up, he's like this. He's not going to sugarcoat it on the football field, and off the field, he's not going to sugarcoat it in the film room. But when it's not about football, he's a good guy, and everything about it was good. I got to meet his family. It was awesome on campus, and it was really good. Everything was good, and we had some meetings. He showed me where I fit on the defense with past players, and kind of merged my film into past players' film on Notre Dame. Viper, I know he used Julian Okwara for me, and he
Mhm.
showed a lot of my similarities in my film. Even plays late in my film that like some people wouldn't even see because it's like 9 minutes long. He like merged those in, so I mean, I got to see where I would stand in the defense. It was really cool. And then just like the NIL thing. He showed me some with Jalen Smith. That was really really nice, and how he like has his own business now. It's
Mhm.
just really cool, everything, and how he came back and he got his diploma uh, or degree. I don't know. Yeah,
Degree.
I know. But yeah, he came back and everything was pretty cool. He's a great coach.
And then Marcus Freeman, obviously he played a big part in your recruitment as well. I
Yes.
think all the Notre Dame fans are kind of excited about him just because he's provided some energy into the program
Yeah.
and everything. I guess what was it about him that allowed you to, I guess, quickly build that relationship with him?
I'm excited. I'm really excited about him. I feel like he's got a lot of things going on with Notre Dame, and he's building something. And I remember I had a Zoom meeting with him like a month and a half. I don't even know how long ago. It was a while ago. I had a Zoom meeting, and it was like a presentation he showed me from his Cincinnati days that compared it to Notre Dame, and how he transferred Cincinnati's defense to what they were, and how he's going to bring that energy to Notre Dame, and how they're going to just explode and just go off. So I know that he's coming with a lot of energy, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to bring. I remember that meeting was awesome. I talked to my mom about that meeting, the Zoom meeting. It was really nice, really good. And I remember we had a meeting at Notre Dame too, like two, and sat us in his office for like 15, 20 minutes, and we just talked about a bunch of things. And he's a really good guy. I talked to both. He was even in the room we were watching the film. So he's a really good coach, and he has a lot of energy as well. He's a straightforward guy as well. But I feel like the whole staff there has that kind of family connection, that they're all guys. And at the end of the day, it's more than just football.
Now, I know when you were in the process of committing to Notre Dame, getting your mom's approval was obviously step one, the final step as well. I guess how did that kind of come about where you were able to convince her, so to speak, that one, it was okay to send you away from Florida to South Bend, and then just her
Mhm.
approval of Elston and Freeman and all those guys up there?
Um, yeah, my mom's very it's just me and my mom, so she's very important to me, and she always wants to be near me. And Florida was obviously near us, so she always wants me to stay near her. But when we went up to Notre Dame, she really liked it there. The coaches treated her nice, and everything was awesome. And once she got up there and saw the campus, like on the second day, she was like, "This is a great place. If you want to go here, you can go here. I understand." And that means a lot because I know she's gonna be away from me, and I'm gonna have to visit her a lot. She's gonna come to a lot of games. But yes, her approval was big. But at the end of the day, she knows she knows that I have to do what's best for me. So regardless, I knew Notre Dame was a really good fit, and she knows it as well.
And then in one of our earlier conversations when I was interviewing you, you kind of explained why Notre Dame was a good fit for you just because you knew what you were going to get off the field as well. I mean, how big did the academics, and you already kind of mentioned it with like the opportunities Notre Dame's former players have had that you got to see, but I mean, how big was that piece to what went into your decision?
Yes, everything about Notre Dame was a big piece that goes into my decision, but things off the field, just the community and the people, there was a big reason why, but also the things that they offer in the classroom was just really good to me. And I get, one of the best football fan bases in the country and a biggest football community like in the country, along with some of the best academics, in the country. So I mean, it's a duo and it's really good. And I know it's definitely a great opportunity for me. And I really love Notre Dame, the things that it offers off the field and the academics side, but I really love the community there. And I mean, that played a big role.
And then, I mean, when you committed, I guess, kind of break that down for those that are listening. I mean, who are you on the phone with, or how'd that kind of go down, and what was kind of the staff's reaction?
The staff reaction, the first person I told was Coachlston, and I kind of leaded him on throughout the call. Just at the end of the call, be like, hey, coach, go Irish, I'm coming. And he started yelling. He was really happy. It was really cool. And he was really excited. And he was like, man, we're excited to have you part of the family. After that, I coached Bowden and Coach Freeman at the same time on call. So they were on the same call. And they started screaming. Coach Bowden, of course, was still screaming. He's really happy. Everybody was really happy. And, they congratulated me. They were happy about me joining the family. And then the next conversation was who we're going to bring with me. So, I mean, a lot of stuff was going on, but the whole staff is really happy.
That's awesome. And then, I mean, why was committing important to you so early? I mean, you could have drugged this out a little bit, had a little bit of fun with the recruiting process and everything, but it seemed like it was important for you to be in the class early.
Yeah. There's a lot of things, but I just really liked Notre Dame, and it was just a really good place. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful for every single opportunity that was given me from every school. And there's a lot of great schools out there, and I loved every school that gave me opportunity to play at their school. So I'm thankful for all those opportunities. But I really liked Notre Dame, and that I really don't know how to explain it, but it just felt right at this moment, and at that moment it felt right, and the week after it felt right, and it just felt great, and it just felt like it was the place I wanted to be. And but I'm so thankful for every school that's been interested into me and called my coach Sayo, and everything. So I mean, Notre Dame just felt like the right place, but every single school that's giving me attention, I'm thankful for.
Now, you obviously go to one of the top academic high schools in Florida, in Berkeley Prep.
Yeah.
I mean, that rigorous load is tough on anyone, but how do you feel like that's kind of helped you prepare for the next level at college, just balancing ball and academics?
I came into Berkeley Prep in ninth grade. I went to public school my whole life, so I can kind of ease through public school, with straight A's and not trying as much. It's different at Berkeley. You got to go in and you got to try, you got to study, you got to get things done. So my freshman year was a pretty big shift, but I did a pretty good job managing it freshman year. And going to my sophomore year, just I know what to expect, and I feel like I know what to expect at Notre Dame. Just as I feel like they have very similar, academic expectations and athletic expectations. On the field we expect greatness, and off the in the classroom we expect excellence. So there's a lot of things that I feel like there's similarities between both of the schools, and Berkeley Prep is definitely a school that will prepare you for college, and especially a university like Notre Dame, where academics are really big. So I'm really thankful for my Berkeley Prep teachers, family, teammates, everybody, coaches. So yeah.
No, speaking of Berkeley Prep, one of your best friends. I mean, it's a rare occasion.
Yeah, he just texted me actually. Like right now. It's kind of
Troy Reeder is a 2022 or 2023 Notre Dame baseball commit. So you guys will be up there, I guess, the running joke was him recruiting you before you even got your offer.
Yeah. I mean,
I
he was
guess
recruiting
kind
me
of explain
wild.
that relationship and I mean the excitement level that you have just being able to go to school with him for another 4 years.
Yeah, Troy's my guy. That's my guy. That's my best. That's one of my best friends. Me and him we're always. He's right next to me in the locker, and so the quarterback and the D end are right next to each other in the locker room, which is sometimes you would think it's kind of a weird place to put the dude who hits the quarterback and the quarterback who runs away from the D end next to each other, but it's just a bond. Ever since he committed to Notre Dame, he was on me. He was on me. I was next to him. He was always on me. He was like, "Hey man, Notre Dame's the move, bro. Come with me to Notre Dame." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, okay, okay." That was early on. I didn't really know that much at the moment. I didn't really hear from Notre Dame yet. I was still just early on in the recruitment, so I was kind of focusing on just getting better
Mhm.
and getting a better position on my team to help lead my team to a good sophomore year. And he's a really good kid. He's a really good kid. Me and him are bros, and I know when we go up there, we're hoping to get to a home game this season. And I don't think I talked to the coaches. Me and him are going to do a football photo shoot together. So he's going to put on the pads, and he's going to put on pads. He's a baseball commit. And then we're gonna do a baseball jersey, a baseball photo shoot. So I'm gonna put on the baseball jersey. He's gonna put on the baseball jersey. So we're gonna do one of those, and so we're really cool. But it's really nice, have him go up there with me, or me go up there with him. That's my guy, and I'm thankful for all of my Berkeley Prep teammates. They're all my bros. They're family. That's the brotherhood, and especially to have a friend like Troy, coming with me. It's really big.
That might be the biggest baseball jersey ever. So
Yeah,
not too many 6'6", 235 guys walking around. So
yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. I really love baseball. I'm actually, I'll be playing MLB The Show 21.
mhm.
My Diamond Dynasty team's stacked. If any of you guys who listen to know about that, my Diamond Dynasty team is stacked. But yeah.
I got you. And then what are some of your goals for this year? I mean, now that the recruiting process is kind of behind you, so to speak, I mean, what are a couple areas that you want to improve on in your game before your senior year?
I have one goal, like maybe two goals. My number one goal, main priority. There's nothing else. Well, there's one more maybe, but no excuses. Nothing is a state championship. That's what I'm going for. And I don't even want to win it for me. I want to win it for my brothers and my coaches. That's what I want to. I want to win it for Berkeley Prep. That's what I want to win it for. And I could care less really about self stats. I really just want to. I just want to win a state championship. I just want to see my teammates, thrive and just play for the brothers next to me and my coaches. So that's my main goal, is just winning a state championship. And probably my second goal, or it could really be up there with my first. But first is like our main, end of the season goal. My probably personal goal is just probably being the best leader on and off the field I can be, and just being the teammate, to my brothers on the field, and just being out there with them, playing as hard as I can, just try to lead the defense on my position. And if my brother on the line tells me to do something, I'm gonna respect his opinion, his like what he's telling me. I'm gonna try to get better on that. But if he does something, I'm gonna tell him he's gonna get better on that, and that's the defense that I feel like Berkeley Prep is gonna bring to the table. Where everybody gets each other better, and we're gonna go out there and get ready to play. So win a state championship and just be the best leader I can be.
Now, the Notre Dame fans would be upset at me if I didn't ask you these questions.
Yeah.
I guess what's kind of your relationship like with Brennan Vernon so far? I mean, you two are, I think you call them the Irish Twin Towers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's it kind of like getting to know him and knowing that you're going to form a pretty good edge combo there for the next couple of
Yeah.
years?
Yeah, Brennan's a cool guy. I've heard a lot about him. I've talked to him a bit, and the thing is with Brennan, he's a really good guy. He's not a big talker at times, but when you talk to him though, you can tell it's all genuine. He's a really good guy, and I know he loves football, and I know he's really big on Notre Dame's community and just what Notre Dame offers. And I'm super excited. I kind of came up with the name Irish Towers because I feel like that's what we're gonna be on the edge, and he's going to be, next to me either on the end, I'm going to be whatever it is, wherever I fit in the defense. And I know me and him we're going to wreak havoc. We're going to try to wreak havoc. Not try, we are going to wreak havoc. And we're getting back there to, hit the quarterback, stop the run, tackle for losses, pursue everything. And I know Brennan's all for it. I know he's a really good player. He's a really good kid. And I know me and him are building a connection to the point, like I said, with my Berkeley Prep team, I know he expects that with his team and his hopefully, a future Notre Dame team where the defense, it's everyone's getting each other better. So I know he's a great kid, and I know he's going to get ready to get to work.
And then lastly, I mean, now that you're the leader of the class now, man. So, I mean, who are a couple of names that you're working on right now to kind of join you in bringing in the class?
There's a lot of guys. I mean, I'm trying to, get as many guys in the boat as we can. But I'm guessing a couple guys. I hit up, Carnell Tate, Justin Rhett. Those are kind of my guys. And there's just a lot of people that really want to go to Notre Dame, so it's kind of hard to hit them all up. But those are I talked to them a while ago, so I know those two are very high on Notre Dame, and I know a lot of other players are. I know Drake Browen, Luke Montgomery. Those are guys that I've hit up, and I know they really really like Notre Dame, and they stand at a very high number on their charts of the schools where they want to go to. So probably those four players are some of the main players I've hit up. So yeah, I'm trying to get them, and I feel like we have a good chance.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you jumping on here, and I'm sure the Notre Dame fans love to kind of finally hear from you a little bit, just to connect with you a little bit too. So definitely appreciate you jumping on, and we'll probably do it again here after your season or something like that. So
yeah, that sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. During the season, though, it's just we're gonna try to win. I'm gonna win. We're gonna win. I mean, that's the mindset. So yeah, I'm looking forward to after to hopefully reconnecting after the season and talking to you as a state champ with the rest of my teammates and coaches. So yeah, thank you.